If you've ever wanted to convert an image to an SVG vector in Gimp, you're in the right place. In this tutorial, I'll show you a simple way to turn a logo, shape, or image outline into a vector path that you can export as an SVG file. This is great if you want a cleaner graphic, a scalable design, or just a way to trace an image more accurately inside Gimp. If this video helps you, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more quick Gimp tutorials. Alright, let's jump in. First, open Gimp and load the image you want to convert. Go to File, then Open, and choose your image from your computer. Once it's opened, take a moment to look at the image and decide whether it's simple enough for an automatic selection or whether you will need to manually trace it for better accuracy. If the image has a clean logo or shape, you can usually get a very good result with a selection and path conversion. If it's more complex, manual tracing is often the better option. Let's start with the manual tracing method because that gives you the most control. On the left toolbar, select the Paths tool. You can also use the shortcut B to activate it quickly. This tool lets you create a vector-style path by placing points around the outside of your object. Now zoom in so you can see the edges more clearly. The more precise you are here, the better your final SVG will look. Begin clicking along the outer edge of your image to create anchor points. Try to place each point at a logical change in direction, like corners, curves, or edge transitions. If you need to follow a curved section, click and drag as you place the point so the line bends smoothly around the shape. Keep working your way around the outline until you've traced the entire subject. Take your time with this step because clean tracing makes a big difference when you export to SVG later. When you reach the starting point, close the path by holding Ctrl and clicking on your very first anchor point. That completes the loop and turns your trace into a closed vector shape. Once your path is closed, you can fine-tune it by adjusting the points and handles if needed. If the outline looks too jagged or too loose, just tweak it until it follows the image properly. Now, if your image is a simple logo, symbol, or shape, you may prefer to isolate it first instead of tracing everything manually. In that case, choose a selection tool such as the Fuzzy Select tool with the shortcut U, or the Select by Color tool with Shift and O. Click on the logo, shape, or silhouette you want to convert. The goal here is to select just the subject and not the background. If your image has a clear contrast between the object and the background, this part should be fairly easy. Once your subject is selected, go to the top menu and choose Select, then To Path. Gimp will convert your selection into a path that can be exported as a vector. This is one of the easiest ways to create an SVG-style output from a simple image. After the path is created, open the Paths dialog panel. If you don't see it, you can enable it from the dockable dialogues in Gimp's interface. In the Paths panel, find the active path, right-click it, and choose Export Path. When saving the file, make sure you use the .svg extension so it exports as an SVG vector file. Once the export is done, you now have a vector path version of your image that can be reused in other software or scaled without the same limitations as a regular raster image. Just keep in mind that Gimp is primarily a raster editor, so this method works best for clean outlines, logos, icons, and shapes rather than highly detailed photographs. If you need perfect vector editing, you may still want to open the SVG in a dedicated vector program afterward. So that's the full process for converting to SVG vector in Gimp. Whether you trace it manually with the Paths tool or turn a selection into a path and export it. If this tutorial helped, please give it a like, subscribe for more Gimp tips, and leave a comment if you want me to cover more image editing workflows next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.